Okay, we are going to talk about 6.2, characteristics of the equations of polynomial functions. Okay, so some definitions to know ahead of time. Leading coefficient is the coefficient of the term with the greatest degree in the polynomial function in standard form. So if I look at the next question here, what is the leading coefficient of the following? So first of all, I try to identify where is the highest degree. So this is the term that I'm looking for because it's a cubic, that's the highest degree. So my leading coefficient is 7 because I have 7x cubed. The constant term is the term that does not change, therefore it does not have any variables in it. So it is going to make you the y-intercept of the graph. So what is the constant of the following? So that would be this term because it doesn't have any x's in it, so -3 is the constant. Okay, let's do some graphing calculator stuff. So we're going to graph y equals 3x minus 5. Okay, so you're going to go y equals button, clear if there's anything in there. So y equals, so 3, here's your x button, x, and then minus 5. Okay, I always go to zoom and then I do 6 because then it puts it on a 10 by 10 grid, and then if I need to adjust it to go higher or lower, right, left, I do that after. So zoom and then I push 6 and it's going to put it on a 10 by 10. Okay, so that is the line, and I knew that -5 would be my constant, my y-intercept. Okay, and you can see a slope of 3. The number of possible x-intercepts, so we have one x-intercept. Y-intercepts, just one. End behavior, so you can see as we move to the right, we go up. So as x goes to infinity, y goes to infinity. As x goes left, y goes down. So I'm using infinity and negative infinity to represent left, right, up, and down. The domain, so all possible x values would go on forever. You can see line would go left and right. Or you could say that x is an element of all real numbers. And the range, also down forever, up forever. So negative infinity to infinity, or y is the element of all reals. Possible turning points. So there is nowhere on this graph that it's going to turn from increasing to decreasing. And the leading coefficient, so our degree is 1, so this is the highest, so the leading coefficient is 3. Okay, next, I'm going to go back to my y equals button, clear. So -2, and here's my x, and then I'm going to square it, minus, don't type in, know the difference between this is subtract and this is a negative number. So minus 4x plus 8. So there you can see how it came out. You can see the difference between a negative and a subtract. Subtract is longer and lower. This is shorter and higher. So you could do two things here. You could go graph, or you could go zoom 6. Okay, I like it. I can see most of it. I might just go a little bit higher. So to do that, I'm going to go to my window, and then to go higher, I want to change my y max. I'm just going to maybe go 15, and now I'm going to try graphing that. That looks okay. I can see it all. Okay, so here's the graph, because that's what I see in my window. Possible x-intercepts, so you can see that there's 2. Y-intercepts, there's one of them. I guess I should state what they are. So this would be at 8. Actually, let's change this question here then. There's obviously one of them, and this is at the constant, -5. Okay, and behavior. So as we move right, we go down. So as we move right, we go down. And as we go left, y goes down. You could see from last lesson we learned that this is a second degree. So your behavior goes in the same direction. And then this is a first degree, and now you can see that the arrows, the directions will be opposite. Okay, the domain, this is going to go forever this way and forever. So same as that other one. Okay, the range is different though. The range is going to go from -infinity up to a specific height. You can see it stops right there. So I'm going to go to my calculator here, and I'm going to calculate. So again, I went to this button, second trace, because that's a calculate, and I'm trying to figure out what the max is. So number 4. Okay, so now you can see that I've activated this little mouse cursor thing. So it says, can you go to the left? That's what it says, go left. So I'm left of that, and I'm going to hit enter. Now it tells me move right. So I'm moving it to the right. Make sure you're right of that max. Enter, and then guess. So enter, and now it's calculating at -110. So what's the highest? 10. And the other way to write that is y is less than or equal to 10. How many turns do you have? Well, you turned right there. You went from increasing to there, and now you're decreasing. And the leading coefficient, so this is a second degree, so I'm looking at what's in front of the x squared, a -2. Okay, next we have a cubic, so we're going to go to our y equals. We're going to type all that in. 2x, here's how you do a cubed, to the exponent, 3, plus 10x, and you could go exponent 2, or you could put the faster button of squared, minus 2x minus 10. Okay, we're going to graph. We might have to adjust it, and it looks like I do. I would like to see higher. So I'm going to go to my window and maybe pick 30. And that's still not letting me see. I would actually like to see a little bit down as well. So I'm going to go the highest 50 and the lowest -25 or something like that. And you could, instead of going up by 1s on your axis, you could go up by 5s or something like that. How does this look? A little bit better. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to draw that. Okay, so that's the general idea. X-intercepts, you have 3 of them. Okay, I'm actually going to show you how to find them now too. It doesn't ask for it, but I'm going to show you. So you're going to calculate, so push that second function trace, and this time you're going to calculate a 0. A 0 is where a root is, x-intercept, all those words mean the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to go find this one over here. So I'm going to move my cursor, move it, move it, move it, to the left so that it's left of that. Okay, got it? Enter. Now I'm going to move it. Oh, there we go. We're right of it. Enter, exactly at -5. Okay, now I'm going to calculate the next one. So I'm going to move a little bit over here. Okay, good. I'm left of it. Enter. Move right. enter, enter again, and I'm at -1. And then calculating the last one, left, move, right, and then enter a third time, and then you can see it's at 1. Y-intercept, again, it's just your constant term, so -10. If you really want to find it on here, if you just have your trace on your mouse going, you can just hit any x value. So if I hit 0, so I just hit 0, enter, look at where it goes. Okay? End behavior, so as we're going right, so as x goes to infinity, we go up. And if x goes left, y goes down. So you can see that this is opposite because it's a third degree. Domain, it's going to be the same answer because you're going on forever left and right. And then the range, it's going down, 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 and then up, 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 up. So these are same as the first degree. Okay, you can write it either way. Number of turning points, so we go a turn here, we go from increasing to decreasing, and then increasing. So we do 2 turns. And the leading coefficient, so I'm picking the cubed term, so my leading coefficient is at 2. Okay, match each equation with the graph. Okay. So what do I know about these? Okay, so this one I know it's going to be a cubic function, and it's got a negative in front of it. So instead of going that direction, it's going to go this direction. And I know this piece of information. I know y-intercept is 65. So can I find anything that resembles that? It's looking like this one, because it's an upside down N shape. Okay, and then it's going up, probably crossing way up there, 65. So we're going to put A there. Okay. B, I know it's cubic, and I know it has a y-intercept of 8. So cubic is an N, and a y-intercept of 8. Are we finding anything that resembles that? It'd be this one right here. Something cubic-y looking and crossing at 8. Okay, C, 4th degree, so it should be something similar to that. Both arrows going up, crossing at 4. So where do we see something like that? It's going to be one of these 3, but it's going to be this one. Okay, and it's okay that it doesn't make quite a W. It probably has some kind of double factor. Okay, D, I know it's a squared, so it's going to be a U shape and a y-intercept of 9. U shape up, crossing at 9, so that looks like this one. Whoop. So that's D. Okay, what do I know about E? I know it's a quadratic, so that's a U, but it's negative, so it's downward, and it should cross the y-axis at 1. So that looks like this one, U shape, down, crossing at 1. An F, it's a 4th degree, so it's a WE shape, and in a negative direction, so it could look like that. and it's crossing at -4 as a y-intercept. So that one matches with the last graph.